Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Gabbing with Gabby, an entertainment podcast. I'm super excited for this episode. I have one of my good friends, Demetra, Alarcon. Do you want to say hi?
Hi, guys. Hello.
We're both journalism majors here at the University of Arizona, and we're kind of going to talk about breaking into the industry for both entertainment and just journalism and news as a whole, just because we're both seniors. We're kind of, going after it right now, and it's been crazy, and it's almost the end of our senior year. So, I think we're pretty knowledgeable. We have a lot of fun tips and tricks, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, my first question for you is, what initially made you interested in journalism and, the journalism path?
Yeah, so I feel like I didn't really know that I wanted to be a quote-unquote journalist for the longest time until really my sophomore year of college. But going all the way back, I've always watched the news with my parents. I wasn't really allowed to watch cartoons in the morning. But so in the mornings, as a kid, when I was getting ready for school, I'd just be watching NBC Bay Area. And so I feel like that's always been, in the back of my head. And then in middle school, we actually had, a broadcasting class. And I was actually our, lead anchor in middle school. And I would do our morning announcements. We wouldn't write scripts or anything, but I just loved being on camera. I've always loved being on camera.
Real same.
Yeah. And so I started out there, and then in high school we didn't have the same opportunity, but I was in leadership, and I said, hey, why don't we have morning announcements like the middle school does? And so I started pretty much our high school's morning announcements.
That's
and
so
it was
awesome.
very low production. And then when I came to college, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I majored in communication. And then sophomore year, I was like, I kind of miss doing it. I kind of miss everything about it. And I was thinking about career paths, and I was watching the news with my mom, and I was like, I think this is what I want to do. And I had seen UATV before, and so I declared my minor as journalism and joined UATV. And
That's how we met each other.
And I've just fallen in love with it. I mean, it's hard work, but I like that you're learning something new every day, and you kind of get to be an expert in everything. And you get to meet so many different walks of life.
Oh, for sure. I feel like journalism, I was kind of the same way where I didn't really know when I came in. Guys, I was nutritional sciences. I fully, thought I was going the STEM route. I was I'm going to be a doctor. I was an IB student in high school, which is, pretty much what you do is every exam is a paper.
Okay.
So it's, it's very, conceptual. Mm-hmm. And when I went to college and I was in these classes where I had to memorize small bits of information that I had to drill in these crazy things, whatever. I couldn't do it. It was so hard for me because I understood the concepts and I understood what I was learning, but I couldn't remember the teeny things. And I remember telling my parents, I was like, I can't do this. And my first semester, freshman year, my parents were like, you need to do something writing focused. And I was like, I think I'm going to declare a journalism major. And they were like, okay, loved it. I mean, here I am. I'm literally making a podcast. But
for me, it's about storytelling, and it's about being able to do that. And I love public speaking too, and I love to talk.
I mean, if you're gonna be a journalism major or go into journalism,
that's one thing.
You have to want to talk.
But so it's crazy how everyone starts out thinking you know what you want to do, and then it really just calls you.
Yeah. So senior year, it's almost over, which is horrifying and scary. But you're trying to break into the industry. What are some steps that you've taken so far of getting your foot just in the door? Yeah,
so I have a demo reel, which is very standard in the industry. I was honestly pretty late to getting put together a demo reel. For those of you who don't know, it's just a clip of your best, or it's a sequence of your best clips, kind of showing who you are as a reporter. That's the steps. So I've done that. I've reached out to a lot of people on LinkedIn. Yeah. I found that LinkedIn is very, very helpful. Mm-hmm. Sophomore year, I became obsessed with it, curated my LinkedIn. Obviously, I've taken
throwback to our LinkedIn obsession era. I remember all of us in UATV would be we would come in during the meetings. It would be okay, we need to just keep connecting with people, and all of us were have you hit 500 yet? We need to hit 500.
I know it's sophomore year. Your classes are telling you to do one, and it's peak. So LinkedIn. So I that's one of the steps, and I actually reached out to a meteorologist at NBC Bay Area. He went to U of A, and I just said, hey, like, I've always grown up watching NBC Bay Area. I love your stuff. I see you're a University of Arizona alumni. How can I, break into this industry? And we got to talking. He saw my demo reel, and I actually got invited through just reaching out to someone on LinkedIn into an invite-only NBC Bay Area writing class, which is major. Like, that is something.
That's huge.
As someone, I applied to internships my junior year. I didn't get any, unfortunately. I wish I had been more knowledgeable. I was a little bit closed-minded on kind of what I wanted and what I was looking for. It's all right. It's, can't go back and change the past. But something I would say, if you're looking for an internship, don't be closed-minded on maybe where you want to go or what station what you want to work for. I know that I was definitely very like, I want to go NBC. I want to go big. I want to go New York. Yeah. And it wasn't very realistic, and it crushed me, and it really made me lose a lot of motivation. But so, yeah, just reach out to people on LinkedIn, and then I've been applying. LinkedIn is not the best for reporter positions for applying, so I've been on Handshake, and then also just on their websites, like looking at certain stations that I like. Once again, finding people through LinkedIn or social media, and just seeing if their station is hiring and kind of reaching out. And then I apply. Of course, you're applying blindly, but find the news director on LinkedIn, find their email them. And that will get you a long way. And post your demo reel on YouTube, because stations will surf on YouTube and they'll reach out to you. And so those are the steps I've been taking. Staying on top of my journalism and on top of my knowledge and my speaking abilities. And it's kind of funny, because as a communication and journalism studies, I feel like I haven't had to prepare for interviews in the talking sense, because I can just go.
Like, I can just go and wing it.
I can just go. Seriously, I mean, I'll do background on the company and who I'm interviewing with, but just being confident in yourself. I think confidence is key in this industry.
Okay, that was like a whole lot of incredible information. It's so fun to like hear like you going through this process, because Carly, like when we were both interning at Arizona Public Media together, second semester, my junior year, her senior year, and she was like in the midst of like this whole process. So it was like I was hearing so much. I wanted to say, like, I actually am not going into journalism anymore.
You're not? I didn't even know that.
Wait, have I not told you I'm planning on Okay.
Well, are you going into PR?
I'm getting my master's next year at USC for PR and advertising.
Well, okay, but I thought you would do like
but
journalism with
but through the entertainment industry. I'm thinking of dabbling. We'll see. But it's fun to hear, like, because everything that like you've been doing is very similar to like the steps I've been taking to get myself far in a very similar industry, but not the exact same. Like, I mean, like what Demetra is saying, internships, but through like trying like are great. You can meet so many people, but don't be closed-minded. Like, that is my biggest piece of advice.
Yeah, that was my 100%. Biggest regret was, well, also I will say, I will cut myself some slack. I was studying abroad second semester my junior year, when a lot of the application process was going on, and as well as this writing class, even if I had found it last year, which this writing class is a potential to an in at NBC, which is amazing.
Huge.
It's huge. It's a great opportunity, but I wouldn't have been able to do it my junior year because I was living in Barcelona, Spain. So I will cut myself some slack, but an internship, and because I have no quote unquote professional experience, only student media, but
you're killing it in the whole job search process, which is incredible.
Yeah, so I will say, like, do not be, that's my biggest piece of advice, and I wish I could go back a year ago and say, Demetra, just, try out something, try to go to a smaller station. It's hard because living in the Bay Area, I'm in, like, around San Jose, and that's a massive market. So it wasn't like I could move home and get an internship there. That would be really tough. But, I'd say don't beat yourself up over it. Everything happens for a reason.
Everything. Yes, everything literally happens for a reason. I literally live by that on a day-to-day basis. I'm so serious. I think like you were saying, don't beat yourself up over the small things. Like all of my internships that I've had have been like with news too, have been at small markets. But the thing is, if you have an internship at a smaller market where not as many people are interning, you have so many opportunities to gain skills that you wouldn't get if you were, full force, like everyone's doing the exact same thing as you. Like I worked at a news station 2 summers ago, and I was the only intern that they had. And so they were just throwing me in and telling me to do like random things. And I was like, the hands-on experience was insane. This past summer I had a PR internship, and I was one of 3 interns, and it was just so hands-on because there was not a whole ton of us, because it wasn't like I was working for like some humongous global company. So I would take every opportunity as it comes, as best as it comes. What has been harder than you've expected for like this whole process as a whole for you?
I think what's been harder is, I think what's been hardest is, I would say, throughout the whole process, within the last year, within my senior year, has been staying motivated. I think it's been really hard to, stay on track, especially in the journalism route and with the industry that I want to get into. You have to put in a lot of hard work, and it can get exhausting. Your friends want to go out, and maybe you have a story due, and you can't go out. Last Saturday was Arizona's Final Four, and I was covering a story in the morning, and it was an amazing story. I showed up at 9 a.m. for my interview, and they said I'd be interviewing at 9 to interview someone else, not I was getting interviewed. And I didn't get to interview the guy until 11:30. And I waited, and all of those that time that I spent there, I couldn't use it to film because I'd already gotten so many shots in one location. And it was hard because my friends were all getting ready for the Final Four, and I was late. And it was
senior year. It sucks. Like,
it does.
It's
and staying
game.
Motivated in trying to keep up, and then also rejection. I will say, I think I struggle a lot with rejection in the sense of maybe not hearing back at all. I feel like I would prefer flat up rejection, but I've applied to probably 25 stations, and that is a lot for our industry. I feel like you can't just mass apply. They're a little bit harder to find, and I haven't heard back from 20 of them. And I'm just assuming it means no, which is okay. Like, no is okay. I understand I'm not the right fit. I always see rejection as redirection, right? But I think it's been hard, like, not at least getting a no and kind of thinking, what if I had done this? And I always try to, this is just in life, just don't stress over the what ifs. I think that's been the hardest part, and really just staying motivated. And especially senior year, it's hard. We're leaving the place that we call home. And
oh my God, I literally broke down to my parents the other day about this. Like, I'm sorry. I just like fully changed the topic.
No, but it's sad. It's really, really sad. And it's something that I think a lot of people maybe don't experience in college because they haven't made such close bonds. I know that you've made really close bonds like I have. And it's scary leaving. And I think also the hardest part is knowing there's a million hard parts of listing a whole bunch. But I think also another hard part about this industry in specific is knowing that a lot of my friends are going to be moving to big cities, and they're going to be living together, and they're going to be having fun PR jobs, fun marketing jobs, and they're going to have weekends off, and they're going to be living their lives, and then I'm going to be in a state maybe where I've never been to, where I don't know anyone, and kind of just doing it, putting my head down, working for the first couple of years, and really trying to make a name for myself. But it is rewarding. It's
definitely an industry that pays off, and I feel like this is very similar to like entertainment as a whole too. Just like, I mean, two industries. I mean, journalism, in my opinion, is a branch off the entertainment industry, but like both things are so hard to break into that it takes so much grit and passion, and like it's clear that like you truly have it. And like, it's amazing that you've heard out of the 25 that you've even heard from 5. Like that's huge.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, I mean,
I'm very lucky. I will say I am very lucky. Like I also have sort of a doomsday mentality where like I hadn't heard back from anyone in, I think it was like 3 weeks. And then I just like started breaking down. And then all of a sudden I had a news director reach out to me. And I hadn't even applied. And they reached out to me after seeing my reel. And then that's just awesome. Immediately reignited my spark. And it is very rewarding.
Yes. Rejection is hard, but like really hard. Rejection's hard, but like you said, rejection is redirection, and it just helps you grow stronger as a person, and it teaches you kind of, I mean, I feel like in this industry, like, you just have to have thick skin, and it, like, sucks, and I, like, don't, and it's even, like, applying to internships in the industry is, like, brutal. Like, it is so cutthroat. Like, everything is, like, and they'll be brutally honest to you. Like, you probably have heard in, like, interviews and stuff like that, they'll be like, you just don't do this, or, like, they'll be, like, brutally honest, and it's just crazy, but you know what? Everything happens for a reason.
Exactly.
And you end up where you're supposed to be, and it's awesome.
And rejection is very normal in any industry. You know, so that's what I always tell myself is that, you know, I'm not the only one experiencing this. My friends are too, and it's just harder, I feel like, for our industry sometimes because there's less options. Yeah. And it really, all it takes is someone to take a chance on you. Literally to watch your reel, to say, you know, I see what she has, and let me try it. Let me see. And that's all it takes.
That's how I feel about, like, the whole, because, like, I'm going to graduate school after my 4 years, and that's how I felt about this whole, like, the whole graduate school process. Like, I am very fortunate. I applied to literally 2 schools and I got into both of them. And that is, like, the best case scenario that could possibly have happened. Yeah. But I was so little story time. I really want to work in the entertainment industry, want to work in Hollywood. So I was like, let me apply to these 2 schools who are really well known in LA, very, very, very good entertainment connections. And I applied to 2 completely different programs. Like, one was, like, business and one was PR. And I got into one of the schools very, very early. They accepted me, gave me scholarship, and, like, I was like, all right, this is where I'm going. Because
I remember that.
USC was my major, like, stretch. It is, I mean, shout out USC Annenberg, but they are the, like, top PR school in the nation. So I was like, the likelihood of getting into such an insane program was so hard. So I was like, set, I'm going to this school. I am going to be getting, like, a business degree, like, in entertainment. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. And I jokingly, like, I was, you guys know how you scroll your phone when you're going to the bathroom?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was, like, scrolling my Gmail as I'm going to the bathroom. I see that there was, like, a change to my USC portal, and I was like, okay, usually I'm pretty sure the way it works is you have to do an additional interview, like, with staff and faculty before you get, like, an acceptance, and I never had an additional interview. So I was like, okay, like, this is gonna be a rejection. I open it and I go, oh fuck. Like, I was like, there's no way. And I literally sat there and I called my parents, and the first thing I said was, oh no. And they were like, what? And I was like, now I have to choose. And I'm like, I was so fortunate, and you're probably going to end up feeling the same way. Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, hopefully.
Like, it was just, it was crazy, but like we said, everything happens for a reason. And my parents were like, you have to go. Like, you can't pass up the opportunity. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't. So I'm very grateful, but that all happened from solely, like, what we were saying, you know, building a portfolio, making, like, having the demo reel. Like, even though I'm applying to, like, something that's PR, like, I still have my demo reel because I've been a journalism major for my past 4 years. And just, like, reaching out to people and seeing what tips and tricks they have with, like, breaking into the industry.
Yeah, and showing your work, too. Showing, I really think your demo reel is for showing your personality too. Like, I think we are so fortunate. I am such a personality person. I have a very big personality. I love to show it, and I feel like I am so happy, lucky, fortunate to have found an industry where when I apply for a job, I can show my personality. And I can show...
And that's important.
And it is. And where it's also when you're... I mean, at least with the interviews I've had with stations, it's been very... I'm not going to say casual, because casual is the wrong word. But it's been very fluid, and we laugh, and I get to show my personality. Whereas I feel like... I don't know if every industry is like that. I don't think every industry wants a personality. And I think my personality in other industries would probably not get me the job intentionally. And I think my personality helps me get the job.
I would agree.
Here in the industry. Yeah.
So right now you're planning on going into news. Do you see yourself branching into any like other parts of journalism during your, professional years, or do you see yourself just like strictly sticking with?
I mean, that is a great question. And this is a question that I've asked myself so many times, because people, when I tell them I want to be a reporter, broadcast journalist, whatever you want to call it, they always say, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, news.
Like, I want to talk.
I've always just been like general news, but I've really, in interviewing with stations, I've really found that I love like community news. I do love entertainment, but I think I love it in a different way that you do. I love it more in, I don't even know what way to put it. Like a storytelling. I love like putting on a show, putting on a performance, being, I did a story on the news or on, the zoo. Like, I thought that was so cool to be able to like, have the whole zoo to myself and go and like meet with the animals and do all of that. I think that was something one of my favorite stories. And so I could see myself doing something different, but I think I would need the right station and the right city to really do that. One day, I don't know what, but I would love to have like a fun segment. I think something like that could be so cool, but I don't necessarily know what that would be.
And that's okay.
It's hard. It's hard because I know that I love this industry, and I know that I love storytelling, and I love being a reporter and, bonding with the community. I just don't know how I can do it. Like, besides just giving them and having the community where I work trust me. But I've always loved like Good Morning America, Hoda and Jenna. I love stuff like that where they get to talk. I love like pop culture, talking about that. But I think that is something that is way harder to break into. And, maybe I just get to cover a story like that every once in a while.
And that's so like special that you have that like drive and passion for community-based stories, like going into the industry as a whole, like especially if you're going to be working for a smaller town, like you want the community to trust you, and the fact that like you care about that right now just shows like a lot about like you as a person, your character, and like the product that you're going to bring to the table, which is like incredible.
Thank you. I feel like I say this kind of sarcastically. I'd love to be like a F-list celebrity in my community. Yes. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so cool. I've spoken with reporters all over, just even reaching out to them on social media, and I've always asked about it. Like, have you ever gotten recognized? Like, I just think it's so cool. And then it's probably cool for the people that recognize you too. But I say that sarcastically, and I love what I do, but I think it'd be so fun to just, be like, aren't you the one who is on the news? And like,
I see you every morning.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really cool aspect to it. And also being able to have like my family watch what I do and my work and see it. I mean, every single time I watch the news with like my grandparents now, because my whole family really big on news. Like we're on vacation, we're watching the station wherever we are.
Oh, same.
And they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's gonna be you." And so I know,
so sweet. That's like,
I love it. I love the community. I think it's really based on community and trying to, bring people together, like bring back, a sense of unity and stuff like that. Yeah.
Especially in small communities. Like, that's so important. It's so important.
Yeah.
I love journalism so much. And, like, that. So, like, it pains me that, like, I'm leaving it. but we've had the conversation of like, for me, I would only work in journalism if I was like specifically working like entertainment journalism.
Yeah.
Like I love making stories, and I like re-sparked that during my broadcast class last semester. Like I was doing like I had a zoo story, my drought story. That was awesome. Shout out Ralph, like literally one of the greatest professors ever. But that really re-sparked my love for journalism. But I was like, I wanted to I don't know. A part of me though, I was like, I see myself working my booty off in LA. So PR world, I'm coming for you. Yeah. But you never know. Maybe I'll be doing small projects on the side.
Yeah. Maybe I'll hit you up.
I know. Maybe we'll be like
collaborate one day.
Wait, that would be so cool.
I mean, I mean, we'll see. I have so many places where I want to end up in life. I mean, maybe we'll. I think we should collab. I think later on in life.
Okay, guys. Take that note now. We're going to collab later on in life. Who knows what the two of us are going to be doing or where we're going to be. But something's going to happen.
Flash forward 5 years.
5 years. Hollywood X East Coast Coastal Town collab.
Media market, hopefully. In 5 years. I'd hope I'd.
Oh, I can see you.
Mid-market,
100%.
Yeah.
We're manifesting that energy right now.
Yeah. You know.
We're going to be boss ass bitches, and that's all that matters. Okay. Last question. Do you have any pieces, like any last like words of advice that you would love to leave my Gabbing with Gabby viewers?
Of course. I would say, you know, no matter what age you are, don't get down on yourself. I think I've definitely had stints in my career where I've been really down on myself, and I've kind of lost the passion for it, and it's been really, really hard to kind of keep yourself motivated. And it's just remember that you are the only person that is in charge of your future, of your destiny, of your fate. You are the only one that inevitably can control it, and that's how I've always viewed my life. And you know, don't get down on yourself about the little things. It's hard to, like I said, stay motivated. It's hard, you know, to not let the little things get to you. But everyone makes mistakes in life. And, you know, if you find something that you really like, go ahead and do it. And, you know, maybe if it's not something that everyone else is doing and it's harder, maybe that means it's worth it. And maybe that means it's something that you actually enjoy. If you have this little inkling in the back of your head, like, oh, I think this is what I want to do. It might be really hard and I've never done it before, but, you know, I kind of want to try it. I think just try it, you know, there's no harm in just giving it a try. And or if you're scared, reach out to someone. Like I have reached out to so many reporters online that I've seen on Instagram, TikTok, wherever, and everyone has been so nice, or most people have been so nice. And some people don't get back to you, and that's okay. They're probably busy with their lives too. But it's, you know, don't be afraid to reach out to people. Don't be afraid to start something that you really like. And, you know, the only thing constant in life is change. That's the only thing that's constant. And so just keep that in mind. And rejection is redirection. Remember that.
That was awesome. Like I'll leave like, that was really well said. I will leave like one teeny tiny piece of advice just because you literally like covered it all. That was awesome. Just like kind of what we were saying, follow your heart. Like I feel like we were saying, everything happens for a reason. Follow your heart. Where you think you're heading, sometimes, you know, a blip pops up in that path and you go a different way. Redirection. And it's for a reason, and everything is going to come out great and be amazing, and everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason.
All right. Well, I think that's everything.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Well, thank you again for tuning in to Gabbing with Gabby, an entertainment podcast. Hope you enjoyed this episode. It was really fun being able to chat about everything that's like so near and dear and personal to us specifically. Yeah.
It's how we met. This industry
I know.
is how we met.
I know. Well, thank you guys.